members, on behalf of the Organization of Integrity, the IFP, let me kick off by putting into context the reservations of the IFP in Budget Vote 10. During the 2019-20 budget considerations last year, as members of the Sports and Recreation Portfolio Committee, all of us were in unison that this department was underfunded. At the Portfolio Committee meeting, we agreed that we were going to support that MEGA funding for the last time last year, and that in 2020-21 budget, we will all demand that Provincial Treasury must reconsider this and put more money into this department. Else, we will all together protest by not supporting the budget if sport and recreation was not given more money. In the 2020-21 budget, sport and recreation still remains underfunded. But what has happened? Hey, they have all sold out. Bajika, Slalo, Basham, turn around, Osbanban. That is the objection, Chairperson. It is not about the department. It is about the MEGA funding allocated for sportsmen and sportswomen of this province. For far too long, the government of KwaZulu-Natal has treated sport and recreation as a Cinderella department. The sports agreement between sports and recreation and basic education has now become an unending story, MEC. Sesiyobonga sekwenzekile. Sihlalo, ohloniphekile. Ake ngime lapho. Ngizobuya sengiqhubeka nezindaba ezinkulu. Ngiyathokoza.
Hi. Siyabonga Mhlonishwa KHAWULA. The next speaker to deliberate on this debate is Honorable B. Singh from the DA for 8 minutes.
Honorable Chairperson, thank you very much. Honorable MEC, Honorable Chairperson of the Sports and Recreation Portfolio Committee, Honorable MAPENA. The Department of Sports and Recreation plays a huge role in society. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, it is undeniable that all athletes have been affected, not only financially, but in terms of well-being and fitness as well. Sports centers and facilities serve as a breakaway, especially for the younger generation, who use sports as a means of empowering themselves to break free from domestic violence and abuse. While it has been refreshing to note that during the national lockdown, an amount of 7 million was made available to serve as a provincial financial relief to athletes, coaches, and other personnel in the industry. Due to the cancellation of various sporting events, there has also been a national relief fund set up, but many athletes that have applied for relief funding have not been paid to date. Several complaints have been received. There is no transparency on the payments and on the amounts already given out, and there is no reason behind why those who qualify have not been paid as yet. There must be accountability with these payments. If events were cancelled and are not being rescheduled, the funds are available and there should be not an excuse why athletes have not been paid. Another disappointment noted is the decrease in the budget for the 2020-2021 financial year. This is another slap in the face for the department, as they have been underperforming with previous budgets, and no less is expected in the forthcoming financial year. Last year, we saw a small margin increase with little to no effect on improvements in key areas. Now, with a decrease, what expectations can one possibly have? Honorable MEC, if we look at the administrative aspect of funding from the department, the budget was underspent last year and critical posts were not filled. Yet in 2020-2021 budget, it is noted that there will be a filling of 36 critical posts. What are these posts exactly? Is there a problem that boils down to human resources management where there is significant delays in such recruiting and hiring processes? There are funds allocated and there should be no excuse why vacancies are not being filled. But sadly, this has been the trend for the past 3 financial years in this department. South Africa has a high rate of unemployment, including graduates. Government has failed dismally in job creation. Another critical aspect that requires urgent attention is that the department is not receiving an allocation with respect of EPWP integrated grant. This has been ongoing from the 2019-2020 budget, was largely due to the slow spending trends against the grants in the 2018 and 2019 budget. As a result of delays in finalization of SLAs between the department and the municipality, this now means that the department will not create employment because of the failures of the department to utilize these grants adequately in the past. Many sports facilities will not be maintained and people will not use them as they are not in a good condition. Honorable MEC, we however are pleased that there has been provisions made for sports facilities in the Matuba and Mfolozi municipalities to be maintained, as well as the construction of 4 new rural cricket hubs in Zululand, Mzanyati, Ugu, and Mkanyekude, and the continued construction of fitness centers in Mplatuze, Mzimkulu, and the Alfred Duma municipality, and not forgetting sports fields in Mfolozi, Mvoti, and Matuba municipality. This will be very interesting to see if these promises are made and fulfilled in this budget. There should also be transparency and accountability with all new constructions and allocation of funds. Despite there being many provisions, the HARRICKS district, with a population of over 500,000 people, will only receive a fitness center in Mzimkulu. That is 1 municipality out of 4 in the district, and evidently not enough is being done to cater for the community. There is not a single swimming pool, cricket field, or tennis court for the public to use. Honorable MEC, I know your reception was bad and your signal is bad, but please hear what I have to say. If you have to hear anything from the 8 minutes that I'm speaking, please hear this one point. There is 500,000 people in the HARRICKS district. None of them have a single swimming pool, a cricket field, or a tennis court for them to use. 1 municipality given a fitness center does not solve the entire district's problems. Another area for concern is the Amajuba district municipality, which has not been mentioned in the 2020-2021 budget. There have been numerous challenges faced in this district, and no one has been able to provide reasoning, especially regarding the Osinizweni Hub, where a complete cricket field was given to the district for the Cricket World Cup a few years ago as part of further development for the district. But now the hub has a combi court in the center of the pitch, therefore eliminating any form of cricket from being played, and none of the officials, be it the Department of Sports and Recreation or the municipality, that could provide answers. This still requires a full forensic investigation. There must be consequences, and we must hold those who have failed the residents of Amajuba district accountable. The district has been in crisis for a long time, and urgent intervention has always been needed, as sport plays a huge role in society. The district has a 73% population under the age of 35, and they do not have enough sporting facilities because this department has failed them. It is rather disappointing that such important aspects such as sports in our country is neglected with funding. Budgets are decreasing and hopes and dreams are being destroyed. Nationally, we have produced some of the best athletes in all forms of sports. Many of them have excelled, and most recently, we have seen this with our exceptional rugby winning World Cup team. Hard work starts at grassroots levels. It begins in areas that are not exposed to sports, and it is in these areas that it has the hidden talent. It is so very unfortunate that time and time again, disadvantaged areas can be brought to light with this department, but it is completely ignored in budgets when they are budgeting for areas that are disadvantaged. There has been not much change in the improvement of sports and recreation since the last budget, and it remains highly unlikely that we will see change or growth in the forthcoming year, based on the discrepancies that have been noted and identified through budget through time. I thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Singh. The next speaker is Honorable PP HARRICKS from the EFF.
Greetings, Honorable Speaker. Greetings, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, Honorable Members, Honorable MEC, the team of the Sports and Recreation, fellow citizens. Honorable Chair, sports and recreation are facilities or for physical activities and valuable for health and fitness. They allow people to be involved in the following: team activities, physical activities, improving health and leisure. It contributes to empowerment of individuals and promotes the development in communities, especially those communities of those who have not sufficient or to meet a need. Mainly the historically disadvantaged individuals in all regions around KwaZulu-Natal. Sport and investment is an investment in the future for generations to come, especially provided with a secure reputation. It is felt in many other spheres of like education, economy, health, crime, nation building, and international relations. This is a department, or this is not a department that should operate with budget reduction, as it is a department with high readiness and high potential in terms of job creation, more especially in rural areas. This is the department that is for the following: a department that is for transformation, maintenance of sports facilities in our province, that is for our youth and youth empowerment, for women, women empowerment. The department, the portfolio committee should work hand in hand, unite and so to accomplish annual targets, improve lives of our people, the people who have put us where we are. I thank you. The EFF notes the budgets.
Thank you very much, Honorable HARRICKS. The next speaker, honorable members, is supposed to be Honorable MLOTSHWA, who opted to attend the quoted debate. We therefore move forward to Honorable J.N. Kele for 8 minutes from the ANC.
Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Premier Wabawukuzeni, honorable members of the House, received a greeting from the ANC under the difficult condition of COVID-19 we are faced with as a country. Honorable Chairperson, allow me to thank the African National Congress for allowing me to partake in this crucial debate on the budget for sport and recreation for 10.
Can I disturb you, honorable member? We can't see you clearly. Can you move just a bit? Thank you. Now you're visible.
Honorable Chairperson, since we are in a historic month, the month of young people, where we remember the bravery of the 1976 generation, where the generation of today has a responsibility to take the spear forward by ensuring that it's built a better South Africa for all of us. Honorable Chairperson, with that being said, Honorable Chair, allow me to focus on my debate on the Department of Sports and Recreation Recovery Plan in regard to COVID-19 and how sports promotes social cohesion. Before, Chair, I go to my speech, I want to remind Honorable Singh. Honorable Singh, maybe his memory is very slow. I remember when we visit the area of HARRICS, Umzimkhulu, he was part of that oversight. And at Umzimkhulu, there is a project that is taking place which involves swimming pool and other sports facilities. I don't know if he's talking about the Mzimkhulu, whether we are talking with the same Mzimkhulu that I know or the one that we visited with him. Honorable Chairperson, the Department of Sports and Recreation has responsibility to protect and the well-being of players, coaches, fans, and the wider community over the coming months, ensuring that the impact of COVID-19 on athletics, coach effective event and programs is minimized and ensure sustainability. With the COVID-19 has brought, the department has been able to provide leadership support. It's in its constituency part of supporting the affected areas by providing relief fund in place worth of 7 million, which will work through savings realized from the cancellation of projects and programs brought about as a result of COVID-19, the department will also reprioritize transfer payments to sport and recreation. Chairperson, the department, as the ANC, we recommend the department by doing so, because this will go a long way, Chairperson. It will assist umuntu osekhaya le kamhlaba uyalingana apply akwazi ukuthi abe ingxenye yokuthi ahlomule kule fund ukuze apply, Chairperson, njengoba eseshilo MEC department portfolio committee savumelana ukuthi this fund kuzomela ukuthi size even umuntu oqhamuka emakhaya noqhamuka endaweni zasemadolobheni. The Department of Sports, Chairperson, and Sports and Recreation has uncritically advanced social cohesion in South Africa. The ANC always emphasized the need to drive a radical social transformation agenda and to achieve social cohesion and nation building. Therefore, this call for an effective and adequately resources sports system that meets the needs of sports people at all levels. Sport has been a great tool in fighting social ills. There have been a high rise in teenage pregnancy, substance abuse, crime-related incidents where young people are involved in. However, with having sport being accessible in our communities and school reduces such many risks which may take the youth backward. That is why the ANC always mandates us that community dialogues on issues of social ills, social cohesion, and nation building should be part of our daily program instead of the youth sitting in corners, smoking, sitting around doing nothing in groups. They should be playing soccer, netball, swimming, etc. Communities tournament must take place in ensuring that youngsters are occupied with positive things. Sihlalo, njalo kuye kungijabulise njalo ngibone ukuthi lo hulumeni uholwa ukhongolose uyabanakekela abantu uma udlula endaweni zasemakhaya nasey'ndaweni zasemadolobheni udlula nje la eduze kwami. Chairperson.
Ngicela ukukuphazamisa mhlonishwa, there's a hand from Honorable Msimango. Honorable Msimango.
No sihlalo umhlonishwa chaza inhliniwele kodwa ke sicela ukubona yena phela ayinwele please.
Ngiyabonga mhlonishwa Honorable Cele qhubeka dadewethu uthi ukuvela nje sikubone. Thank you.
Okay, ngiyabonga Sihlalo, sorry about that. Sihlalo kujabulisa kakhulu kukhombisa ukuthi uhulumeni kaKhongolose uyabanakekela abantu ngokuthi mawudlula nje eindaweni zasemakhaya konseleni udlula la koMlazi koMashu ubona kunama outdoor gyms in various communities. When we play oversight which provides space for young people to be physically strong. And kusiza kakhulu kubantu bonke uthola beyinqwaba behamba beyojima laba bangenayo imali yokuthi bakwazi ukuthi bayojima kulezi ndawo ezibiza imali bayakwazi ukuthi bahambe bayozivocavoca ngaphandle mahala. Lokho kwenza ukuthi kubonakala ukuthi usport uyasebenza mhlambe ke Honorable Singh mengabethi ayikho into eyenzekile angazi ke noma usho kulonyaka yini because uyasazi isizathu sakulonyaka ukuthi sibe nasiphi isimo. And Honorable Chairperson sifisa ukuncoma kule department ukuthi kuma budget yabo kuma business enziwayo within I department within 30 days bayabakhokhela abantu. And if kuukuthi kunabantu Honorable Singh where you think they did not get their payments kwakufanele kukhulume lokho Honorable the time i-portfolio committee ihlala. Ngicabanga ukuthi ke Chairperson njenge ANC As I'm concluding, Honorable Chairperson, we strongly support the budget the MEC has tabled before us. We also want to commend the MEC for her continuous endeavor made in ensuring that the department delivers on its mandate under difficult conditions. We also want to stress the department of the improvement on minor areas that require improvement. There are high growth in the 2020 and 2021 MTAF will allow for the construction of 4 new rural cricket hub centers. It will also for the continuation of construction of sport facilities by municipalities. Siyakujabulela kakhulu lokho Sports Fitness Center, especially in Umhlathuze, Umzimkhulu and Alfred Duma, again the sport field in Umvoti and Umtubatuba, which hope there will be no delay in the implementation as we want these facilities in communities to be the action fully functioning. Ngiyabonga kakhulu Sihlalo.
Siyabonga kakhulu Mhlonishwa. Ucele honorable members again.
Awashaya Sis Joyce.
Oh, siyabonga Premier. Bahlonishwa, Umhlonishwa Thakur Rajbans is supposed to be the next one, but she also opted on attending the cocktail debate. Honorable M.E. Phakathi, naye we have an apology. Then the next one is supposed to be Honorable S.E. Manqele, naye opted on attending the cocktail debate. We therefore move to Honorable M. KHAWULA for 8 minutes. Thank you, honorable members. Usungasivalela Mhlonishwa ucele. Siyabonga. Sicela Umhlonishwa uKhawula.
Sihlalo ngisavula la ngoba bengingazikhona bangekho manje. Into zabelungu ithatha kancane ngicela ungibekezelele wesihlalo sendiki.
Aseqalile ama-minutes akho Mhlonishwa. Yiwo lawo esizwayo.
Uzowaqala kanjani ngingakaqali?
Sengikile isikhathi Mhlonishwa singayibangi le ngoba ngiyawaqala ngempela yiwo la aqhubekayo.
Kodwa abanjani?
Baqale.
Phela ama-minute Khawula.
Akazuphela. Honorable Chairperson, some 7 or so years ago, when Honorable Phile Mbalula was still Minister of Sport and Recreation in the country, a Sport and Recreation Master Plan was developed and quoted for implementation. Up to this day, this Sport and Recreation Master Plan has never taken off the ground because of lack of financial resources to kickstart it. This was a very good and progressive plan. This is what the IFP is appealing for from our provincial treasury. Show support to our provincial athletes by at least allocating some reasonable funding to the programs of this department. Honorable Minister Xhasa also commissioned the Committee of Eminent Persons in Sport, which was chaired by Professor Somadoda Figeni. The committee came up with a report on a variety of issues, including transformation in sport, with recommendations and targets per province. As the province of KwaZulu-Natal, Honorable MEC, we want to know how far are we in respect of the implementation of those recommendations?
Honorable Khawula, can we please see you in the screen? It's important that we see you.
Yabona nje isabotage
Some of them critical.
isabotage ka-ANC ke le.
Ubani osengivala manje Sihlalo?
Sicela ukukubona Mhlonishwa, sicela ukukubona.
ANC.
For many years in succession, the department failed to fully utilize and report properly on the EPWP grant, which made the department to lose this grant in the current financial year. The loss of the EPWP funding for the 2020-21 financial year is a loss of job opportunities to the people of KwaZulu-Natal. At least during the financial year 2019-20, the department was able to close the big gap of funded vacant posts to 4.5%. That is good. That is what we expect administration to do. The failure to spend for job creation on conditional grants is in contravention of priority 2 of the department's own objective, which is economic transformation and job creation. The Department of Sport and Recreation previously received funding for the employment of caretakers of the sports facilities from the Department of Public Works through EPWP Integrated Grant for Provinces allocation. Sadly, the department did not receive this allocation for 2019-20 and did not receive it again for 2020-21, all because of inefficiency in spending. Honorable MEC, you have a task of correcting these wrongs because we want these grants back. We note that the budget cuts have affected sport and recreation, with the department's budget falling from 482 million in 2019-20 to 481 million in 2020-21. Of the total budget of 481,217,000, 367 million goes to Program 2. This is for compensation of employees and events of the department. A mere 58 million is allocated for infrastructure development. So you can imagine how long it will take for the department to close the gap of development of sports fields and recreational facilities between the developed urban areas and the underdeveloped rural world. It is heartbreaking to also note that some municipalities get awarded grant funding for sport facilities development by the department and end up squabbling over the money and fail to spend it. The delays in Newcastle were caused by the warring factions of the ruling party there. Umzimkhulu had up to December 2020 not taken off the ground because of internal squabbles. The IFP says that those who are still squabbling, money must be taken away from them and be given to the efficient spenders. The department supports a number of federations and sports entities in the province for purposes of sports development programs. Whilst this is a good initiative, we are concerned that sports development programs in the province end up being skewed towards urban buyers. The rural neglect has continued to be an albatross in the rural communities of our country. The department entered into an agreement with the Department of Basic Education with an intention of developing sporting talents among youth in schools. This program seems not to be able to kick off smoothly. The department must assess this partnership and find ways of improving on it. One appreciates the department supplies of sports kits and equipment to some organizations and some schools every year. No individual school must feel that they own the department. This assistance must be given to schools of the province on a rotational basis. On behalf of the IFP leadership, we express condolences to the families, associates, relatives, and friends of all the sportsmen and sportswomen who have passed away during the past calendar year in sports and the financial year. We know that sports coaches, sports administrators, and sports trainers mostly perform these duties as volunteers for the love of sport in our country. The IFP appreciates your contribution towards the social advancement of the people of our country. Sports also makes a huge contribution into the social cohesion programs of our communities and our country. The IFP sympathizes with the sporting fraternity, as it can be realized that they were the hardest affected by COVID-19 through cancellation of the many planned events. To an athlete, a slight shift in the program of a planned competition causes immense disruptions in the strategy for the competition. We are optimistic that when things get back to normal, our sportsmen and sportswomen will beat the odds and excel once more. God bless you, our unsung heroes and heroines of our national patriotism. The IFP says, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Siyabonga nesikhathi Mhlonishwa KHAWULA. We therefore invite TV Xulu from the ANC for 10 minutes.
Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Premier Kuzin, and members of the Executive Council, honorable members of the House, distinguished guests. Honorable Chair, I would love firstly to appreciate the contribution by Honorable HARRICKS. City, we have noted Mzukulu ubaba wakho uyojabula mangase sikubone ebuyela ngala kukhongolose la yena azaphelela khona. Honorable KHAWULA, we appreciate your passion in sport, and I believe ukuthi your passion will also help where MEC has started and his team and the team ukuthi benze kahle kule department, and I believe sisonke we seems to be doing quite well. Nawe ukhona and the department is doing well, and we agree ukuthi the department needs to be assisted more. Nge-budget yakhona, it must be added more because there's a lot of work that needs to be done by this department. To Honorable Singh, the filling in of post, I'm surprised because Honorable Singh has been part of these meetings, and we were given answers to the issue. We were all concerned, and then also we were told how is it going to be done, and then we all agreed, Uguti, let's move on with the plan to fill in those posts. But I'm surprised, Uguti, what he's talking about also in here, and it was all agreed, including Naya present in that meeting. But my concern is, when you look at about Honorable Singh, it's like sometimes, I'm not sure, Noma, that's where they get their positions. They just grandstand, it's like we're in Hollywood films. Because what he talks about when we are in this portfolio, normally he talks about fishing. Surprisingly, you're not hearing him talking about those fishing today. He's just grandstanding just because he was told it will be live. So please, let's stick on to what we always discuss. Honorable Chairperson, the ANC as the leader of the government of KwaZulu-Natal will still bear the immense task of transforming into society that reflects equality, prosperity, and unity in the diversity, as well as social cohesion. This month, June, we would like to honor and pay tribute to the youth of South Africa who passed on during the Soweto uprising in June 1976. To date, the gala deeds of this youth still echoes in our mind, and therefore it's upon us as the generation to ensure the land expropriation without compensation is realized. The Freedom Charter, as adopted in 1955, committed on a call that the doors of learning and culture shall be opened. And it is against this background that the ANC-led government has progressed in terms of providing sports and recreation for our people in many communities in line of the aspiration as contained in the Freedom Charter. For infrastructure, sport at school and in the workplace, advancing health of communities through sports. Impumelelo yakho iyodwa as conscious effort and firm commitment from government, NGOs, the private sector, and South African society in general. These bodies all play an important role at laying the foundation for a culture of sports and recreation in our society. That is why government alone cannot succeed in doing well in this. We need everyone to participate. Kuko konke lokhu ukuze kwazi ukuthi umuntu ungumuntu ngabantu, ukuze ingane ikhule emphakathini idinga wonke umphakathi. So therefore, akuzusilekelela to point fingers. Let's all come in and assist our government. Whatever that they do, let's all come in and assist them to improve into this department. In 2002, the World Health Organization deemed physical activity the theme of the World Health Day. Since that time, April 6 is celebrated as the World Day for Sports and Physical Activity across populations. Today, sports rises a significant segment of socio-economic development of a nation. The dynamic cooperation in sports are well researched and are linked to improving community well-being, lessening clinical cost, producing extraordinary pioneers, and enhancing social cohesion. the execution of large sporting aids in creating infrastructure, employment of players, athletes, consultant advisors, coaches, and managers, just to name a few, and in this manner contributes altogether to the economy development of our nation. Sport is a social phenomenon that unites people and countries as a solidarity, patriotism, and virtues. Thus, we would appreciate the provincial treasurer, Givumelana no Honorable KHAWULA, allocating additional funds to the budget due to our vast contribution in human and physical capital. Moreover, we recognize that the absence of sports infrastructure discourages talented athletes, especially the youth, to participate in sport. The department will ensure that each community at local municipal level has infrastructure. In this financial year 2020-2021, the department prioritized, Honorable Singh, implementation of our sports field in different local municipalities, namely in Ward 1, Honorable KHAWULA, no Honorable Msimang, I hope you are listening here. In Ward 1, sports field, Mvoti, local municipality, it was 5.7 million. Kahlabisa Sports Complex, Ward 12, there's a location, the Makibini Sports Field, Ward 15, Dondota Sports Field. They are all located at Mafanza. However, due to COVID-19 pandemic, municipalities encountered delays to advertise project at the beginning of 2020-2021 financial year. Nevertheless, the department's main focus is on building decent infrastructure that will allow for transformation in rural communities, and this has to be fast-tracked. Kushuguti Honorable Msimang,
Abamkhuze nje labangakubo.
What you did not do, we are now. Sikwenza siyakhawuleza. Sizama ukukhava la lashiya khona lahluleka ukwenza. Public sporting facilities. The ANC-led government has made tangible proof in many communities, guided by the RDP Clarion Call, to ensure that sporting and recreational facilities are available to all South African communities. The NDP proposes that all communities should have access to sports facilities. The outdoor gyms in Soweto is an innovative initiative that could be replicated in many communities. Yes, in KwaZulu-Natal, we also have those outdoor gyms all over in our community, including in rural areas as well. Also noting that the authorities must ensure that the design of cities, suburbs, areas, and rural villages encourages people to run, walk, and cycle. Participation in sport and recreational activities should reflect the country's demographics. The removal of obstacles that preclude specific sections of the community from participation is crucial. This cannot be left entirely in the hands of individual sporting codes or local communities, both whom require support and encouragement. According to South African Institute of Race Relations, only 57.8% of public schools in this country have sporting facilities. The quality of existing facilities is often substandard, and facilities are very unevenly distributed. The successful implementation of the National Sports and Recreation Plan and the subsequent achievement of its goal depends on the availability and accessibility of sports and recreational facilities at local level. Consequently, provision of accessible community sports and recreation facilities is one of the key pillars of the National Sports and Recreational Plan. Sports form an inherent part of our country's psyche, and as such, is an important culture ingredient. Simply put, sports represent the best in us. Schools and sports facilities, it is an established fact that a person's sports prowess is largely developed at school level. There are some exceptions, but the rule is that sports stars hail from elite sports where they receive the best possible training equipment and facilities. The NDP states that the best place to instill changes in lifestyles and behavior is at school, and that physical education to be compulsory in all schools, as sport physical education are an integral part of a child's development. Additionally, pursue sport as a career. Those who pursued sport as a career path should be open to all gifted individuals, regardless of race, gender, or creed. Still, there is still an explicit inequality of opportunities in sport participation between whites and non-whites, and males and females in South Africa. And this results in majority of the population being deprived of the opportunities and access to facilities. More needs to be done. Important initiatives need to be realized, seeing that most Black and colored children do not attend the best performing schools and any of those in the top 20 in South Africa because of the money that is paid in those schools. The rugby and cricket largely benefited in this, the top 20 elite schools. Those schools are as follows: the Grace College, Mekar College in Johannesburg, Michael House in Maritzburg, just to name the few. I know, Minister Mangag.
1 minute remaining. Conclude,
Thank
member.
you. Sports has advanced to an immense industry financially, and it is also moving to where organizations are utilizing to help further the country's immediate and collateral economic plan. Ingako-ke amazwe athuthukile njengo-Germany, Australia, and New Zealand are doing fairly well than developing countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Countries that have made great economic strides over the last few decades, such as China, are also doing well. Olympics is testament to the above. Lastly, we are called upon to retouch the divisions of the past and assure a superior life of our people, as stipulated in the Freedom Charter, that the doors of learning and culture shall be open.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kulu. Members, we have come to the end of the debate. We therefore invite the Honorable MEC, Tatewethu, Honorable Mavimbela, to come and respond to the debate.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, and thank you very much from all the members who participated in the debate. Honorable Chair, let me start here before I forget. Let me start by appreciating the African National Congress who have afforded me an opportunity to be part of KZN Legislature. I also want to appreciate the trust the Honorable Premier have shown in me in terms of leading the Department of Sport and Recreation. Honorable Chair, I think it's also important for me to appreciate the Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee and the members of the Portfolio Committee with the guidance they are giving us as the department. Honorable Chairperson, I cannot present this budget speech without the help of the stewardship of our Honorable HOD and the team DSR. And Honorable Chairperson, the team in the ministry led by the HOM, I really salute you guys. You are my shoulder to lean on. I am who I am because of you. You always give me the strength to stand. So that's why I'm standing even today. Honorable Chairperson, I will start by the Chairperson. He was doing the main address. I'm not going to go to that, but the Chairperson outlined all the programs and the projects that the department is doing, and it was clear what the department have presented before the Portfolio Committee. Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Gwala, I'm happy ukuthi ukhuluma iqiniso njengomuntu efa ukuthi hayi ukuthi they were having ama-reservations as a political party ngoba bengahambisani nohlahlomali esilwethulayo njengomnyango, kodwa babezwelana nomnyango ekuthenini kunikezwe ukuthi xaxa kunalokhu esikunikeziwe. That shows the sign of leadership and also the collective leadership. Ekhombisayo ukuthi i-Portfolio Committee led by Honorable Amanda isebenza ngokubambisana kanjani. So that is why Honorable KHAWULA really concerned ukuthi i-department is not funded ngendlela okufanele ingabe ifundwe ngayo, take into consideration umsebenzi okufanele iwenze. Honorable Chairperson, I'm happy ukuthi Honorable Singh today had received a lecture from a number of members, and the Honorable Kulu lecture amnikeze yona ngicabanga ukuthi msiza going forward, and also lecture ayinikezwe uHonorable Cele izomsiza going forward, because really he tried to grandstand and try to attract the attraction of the media instead of participating in the portfolio committee and contributing so that we can see what he stands for. But I think the world now knows what he stands for. To me, really, he is an embarrassment. If I am being given an opportunity to represent his party, I was going to recall him, because it shows that he is not part of the portfolio committee. He do not even read the documents that are presented before the portfolio committee, and he was not even listening to what I was presenting today, because he is talking about the vacancy rate. I have reported, Chairperson, that the vacancy rate when we started our last financial year, we're standing at 13%. As we speak today, we are at 4.5%, and I rounded that off to say we are standing at 5%, whereas our provincial norm is 10%. So that is that's the job well done. It shows that the department is doing fairly well in terms of the work of the department. Honorable Chairperson, I don't want to be deviated by abantu abafana honorables that are not honorable, Abo Singh, without appreciating the contribution made by the honorable members. Honorable MAVUSO, I think, help us in terms of giving us the matching orders as the department, in terms of fast-tracking the service delivery. Really, it's our responsibility as the department that we fast-track the service delivery, and also to prioritize especially those codes that are regarded as disadvantaged one for our rural communities and the township communities. We really take that to heart, and we will work with the portfolio committee in terms of implementing that. Honorable Chairperson, Honorable HARRICKS contributed. We appreciate her contribution. She always positive in the portfolio committee and always part of the members that are giving guidance to us as the members of the portfolio committee. We are also happy that our daughter is doing fairly well in terms of representing the views of the South Africans. So we are happy that we that we are together. We are working well with her. Honorable Chairperson, let me deal with the issues that Honorable Singh raised, because it will seem as if we are not taking them into consideration, so that the members that are listening, even the media that you want to grandstand to them, they will know. First of all, let me clarify the issue of the EPWP. Why is the department fully reported for the EPWP grant in 2019-2020? The Department of Public Works utilized a 5-year reporting cycle. The department did not achieve its 5-year target due to labor challenges and delays in recruitment, and that was presented to the portfolio committee. Chairperson, we have a catch-up plan in place. We have appointed a health lifestyle coordinators, sport assistants, and other job opportunities are being created by COVID-19. Yes, we appreciate that COVID-19 had created some disadvantages, but there are also some advantages that we are working on. So, Chairperson, let me give you the breakdown in terms of how are we doing this. We have created 340 jobs of healthy lifestyle practitioners, 27 jobs of sport assistants and 90 jobs for official coaches. So as much as we do not have EPWP, but our mandate in terms of job creation, we are still on. Chairperson, in terms of the critical post not being filled, really it means he is not part of this portfolio committee. The vacancy rate that I've already reported to, that we are standing at 13%, now we are at 5%, and I even talked to numerics in saying we have filled 54 posts. So it's showing that we are really concerned in terms of doing our work and filling in the post. Chairperson, the issue of HARRICKS, because I can see that he is campaigning for the sympathy from the community of HARRICKS, of which he is not going to get. The fitness center, we are working with the municipalities there. We identify the needs by the communities. Then that's why we are about to build that fitness center. The issue of the swimming pool, hence we know our budget, how fairly small is it is. We cannot afford to build a swimming pool, but what we can afford in our powers, that's what we are doing for our communities. So he mustn't campaign by the name of the department. Instead, he must come up with the plans of campaigning and saying what best he can do for our people so that they can vote for him if the people of this province are blind like himself. Because I think really he is an embarrassment. The people of this province, because of him, will not even give his party any other numbers to come to the legislature if he is presenting like he is presenting. The issue of Amajuba, Honorable Chair, according to the SALGA program, we have agreed with the department that we need to assist the district in terms of the renovating the sport facilities at the Majuba district, because we understand we need those facilities for the SALGA games to take place. Even if the SALGA games are not going to take place because of the COVID-19, but when we tabled the review budget, there will be plans in place in terms of to how are we going to assist the Amajuba district. In terms of the time allocated, Chairperson, we cannot capture everything that is in our plans, but we are just highlighting some of the things that the department is doing and it's able to do in the limited resources that we are having. Because the African National Congress have taught us with the limited resources that we are having, we must do something than lamenting. We must do something so that we can, our people can see that their government is dealing with the issues at hand. The fitness center, Honorable Chair, is allocated 8.2 million. So that is the huge of investment that the department is putting in terms of the fitness centers. So when we are building a fitness center, we hope a number of our young people will be accommodated and they will appreciate the work of their government in terms of us and seeing this department doing what they are supposed to do. In the closing remarks by Honorable KHAWULA, I think we are together, Honorable KHAWULA, in identifying that the department is less funded, but we are not going to lament. We must do something with the limited resources that we are having, so that even the treasurer will see a need to add more funding to ourselves. So I think our approach will be working together in approaching the treasurer to put more monies in our department. But while we are not being given more, it doesn't mean that we must sit back and relax. We must do something. So I think we are together, and we also appreciate what you are saying. Even if we have not employed EPWPs, but we have created some job opportunities, as I've already outlined, in terms of the coaches, the health facility, the health lifestyle coaches, and also the sport assistants. So that is going to assist especially our young people. There is also a concern in terms of the department and the Department of Education in finalizing the MOU. It doesn't mean that this is the endless story. It is the work in progress, Honorable KHAWULA. There is MOU in place, but you understand that each and every time we need to review the MOUs that we are having to cater for the needs of our people in our province. So there is the work in progress. It doesn't mean that we are just relaxed and doing nothing. I think, Honorable Chairperson, I have alluded to all what the members have asked. The issue of the relief fund, Honorable Chairperson, I think it's important to also give more meat on this one. I have presented in my budget speech that the closing date is today. We have not yet started the payments because we were waiting for the national to finalize to avoid the double dipping. We are one government, we are servicing same people. So we're waiting for the national government to finalize. Because of the lockdown, we understand that our coaches, our sport people have not access our offices because the way we were working was not conducive for them to walk around. So hence we have extended our closing date up to today. So we'll be paying those who have applied and who have presented their case and which is clear as to why they can be compensated due to COVID-19. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson, for the opportunity that you have given me, and we are taking note of all the contribution presented by the members. We will incorporate it in our plans as the department going forward so that the Department of Sport and Recreation really directs the mood of our province, because we are responsible as the Department of Sport and Recreation and the ANC-led government to direct and also give the mood. In each and every weekend, we'll be having activities that will be talking to our people to eliminate the street kid, to eliminate the drug abuse, to eliminate the substance abuse. It's our responsibility as the department to make sure that we have plans in place to help them, even help them with the attire that gives them the identity and also the dignity they deserve to protect them. And we are saying those attire will be procured in the it will be procured in the local municipalities in their areas, helping our own cooperatives, because we are also responsible for job creation. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Sure.
Thank you very much, Honorable MAVIMBELA. Thank you very much to all the members who participated in this debate. Honorable members, we are going to take 2 minutes stretch break to give the MEC an opportunity to be prepared for the next budget vote. And Honorable Nxumalo will be presiding over the arts and culture debate. Only 2 minutes, Honorable members.